Hey, I'm out here with Jennifer Hudson. I'm Todd. This is No Pictures on the Scorecard. Hey everyone, we're out here at Flying Armadillo Disc Golf Course. It's the 11th of June, and we're playing the mini course right now. It's going to be interesting, so stick around. This is going to be a little different video. I'm going to cover all 18 holes of Flying Armadillo mini course, and I won't really be showing any discs or anything, so enjoy. So as you may have guessed from the name of the hole here, Dinosaur, it's a 150-foot hole. And the basket sits right behind this dinosaur. You can just see it there. So I'm just throwing a putter, a stable putter, just trying to get it close. Most of the pars on the mini course here are par 2 holes. So this is just for a par. Pretty easy. So the second hole is called the Monkey Hole. There are 3 statues of monkeys sitting right by the tee. It's just a dogleg left, pretty short. You really just want to kind of throw a hyzer up there near the basket. My playing companion indicated she didn't want me showing many of her throws, so that's why you're not going to see many of hers, by the way. So they call this the Lefty Hole, but honestly, if you're a righty with a halfway decent forehand, you'll be just fine. I apologize for the bad angle on this hole and the fact that I forgot to take a picture of the placard. The hole is actually in behind this tree in this stand of trees, and I'm trying to throw a very hard forehand to get it to skip. So as you can see here, I have a tough straddle putt from inside a bunch of trees, and I actually make a valiant effort, but I throw it too high, if you can believe that. It's not too hard to understand why this hole is called the straight hole. It's a straight hole. Yeah, they're not trying to be overly clever with these names. It's just a straight hole. You just throw it straight.
If I hadn't thrown that into the ground, it would have been fine.
Oh.
I've never made an ace in all the years I've been playing ball golf. I've come extremely close a couple of times. This is as close as I've come in disc golf.
Oh!
You can't see the disc because it's sitting between the basket and the hole the basket is sitting in. Should be an ace. So as I'm standing on the tee of the tunnel hole, I say, I don't think I'm going to play this as a tunnel shot. I try to throw it up on a hyzer, and then I say,
Probably should have played this as a tunnel.
you know it's bad when you're inside circle 1 and you have no shot at the basket. I'm forced to lay up here and take a bogey. So you can just see the rocks that define the island hole here. You're on a 15-foot high platform that you have to throw down, and I don't throw a good one there. I put it right in the trees, and this is where my disc ends up. I'm actually literally in a tree. I'm got my normal putter, my putting putter, and I decide I want to throw the putter that I just threw off the tee. So I have to go grab a marker, and so I can mark it and come back in here. And ordinarily, not hitting the island is out of bounds, but when I'm playing this little fun course, I generally don't keep score. I generally don't really follow the rules of out of bounds or anything. I'm just really just out here just trying to have a little fun, throw my discs, and enjoy being outside. Okay, this is the sign hole. As you can see, there are a bunch of signs out there that you have to try to avoid. It's a hard little shot because there are a ton of signs in your way. I actually throw the disc the way I want to and catch that top. It's a speed limit sign, I think. And that left me right here with a pretty easy par. This is the Persimmon Hole. You just throw in a little forehand hyzer into the basket that's among these trees. I throw a good shot here. It just kind of skips into a tree and holds me up. So then I'm looking at this for a par. All par twos. I don't know if I mentioned that, but all par twos on the Flying Armadillo mini course. And I make it. All right, so we got the tricky little Lighthouse Hole here. It's only 77 feet, but you've got to throw it up, and you can just see my disc buzzing past the lighthouse. And that left me with this putt for par. It's a tough shot. That lighthouse is tall. It's probably about 12 feet tall, maybe 15. But I buzzed it again. That left me kind of an equal distance putt for bogey. And I determined I'm not going to throw this one past. I'm either going to hit chains or hit the lighthouse, and then I don't throw it high enough. And I end up hitting the lighthouse. So then I come up here, and you don't have much of a choice when you're this close to the lighthouse. So you kind of have to turbo putt.
All right, little turbo putt action.
So they call this one the Big Bird Bell Hole. There are a bunch of bells hanging from the tree, and there's a giant bird sitting on top of the tree. You can kind of just see it there. Pretty stock shot. You're just trying to throw something that gets up, slides up past the tree. I clipped the tree, and that left me that. Then I hit one of the bells, trying to make my par, so I ended up taking a bogey here.
Trays.
All right, so the 13th is the ultimate Gimmick hole. As you can see, there are a lot of different ways to get to this basket. I probably chose the worst route. Thought I would just throw it right through the little slats there, and I was not successful. So now I'm in even more trouble because I really don't have a shot now. So I'm forced to try to throw through the slats this time, and surprise, surprise, it doesn't work. But I did get a fortunate bounce off the slats that I can kind of step out and put my bogey in.
All right, the trick here is to throw the shot and then get out of the way so the camera can see the shot.
So yeah, you're forced to throw a roller here on the roller hole, and I'll be honest, I don't throw a lot of rollers. I don't practice them very often. That one was okay. So the fact that my roller ended up as far up to the basket as it did is telling, because I don't throw a lot of rollers. I'm not very good at them. You can see the ramp that you're supposed to run up to the basket there, and I just catch some metal on my par putt there. So another bogey. So this is kind of a tricky hole, the tank hole. What you can't see is that the basket is sitting on a tank. So you can see I'm looking up. I'm thinking I'm going to go throw a big kind of a spike hyzer. It's not a shot I practice. There's a lot of those on this mini course. A lot of shots you don't practice. So then I'd think better of it and decide just to take the gap I can see and play for par. So there you go. That's why they call this the tank hole. And that's a par for me. It's kind of hard to see from this distance, but the basket is hanging from the tree on this hole. So again, you're just trying to swing it in there and get it close so you can make par. So they call this the pond hole, but I've never played it where there was any water in this pond. It's really just a 99-foot shot, and oh, I almost jumped it into the basket there. It was a hell of a shot.
Like I meant to do it.
So I'm just in along the hazard there, so I take my 1 meter and I mark it and I get my drop in for a par. And I'm pretty excited about it, as you can see. So this is the Alamo hole. The basket sits in a little replica of the Alamo. Earlier in this round, I almost made an ace. Watch this.
Oh!
Threw a great shot there and got unlucky. I got kicked out of the little Alamo building, and now I've got this Anheuser putt, which chains out. So I end up taking a bogey after I hit the band on the throw.
Well, guys, we're walking up the 18th fairway here at Flying Armadillo Disc Golf Course, the mini course. Hey, special thanks to Jennifer Hudson for joining us today. Really appreciate it. And make sure you like and subscribe, man. It really helps us out. And there are no pictures on the scorecard.